There's a frequency to everything around us. Our thoughts have a frequency, our emotions have a frequency, and yes, even the things in our home carry a vibration. What we allow into our space either expands our energy or contracts it. I never imagined that moving 5 simple things from my house could change the trajectory of my entire life. But energy doesn't lie. And the universe always responds to what we allow, tolerate, and surround ourselves with. The first thing I moved was the broken mirror in my hallway. For years, it sat there, cracked, reflecting distortion back at me every day. I never questioned it. It had become invisible, like so many patterns we ignore in our lives. But mirrors are powerful. They reflect not just your physical appearance, but also the energy you carry. That broken mirror was subtly telling my subconscious that things were fragmented, incomplete, broken. The day I removed it, I felt a shift, almost like reclaiming something whole within myself. It was as though I had finally decided that I no longer accepted anything less than clarity and alignment. That was the beginning. The second item was the pile of unopened letters and unpaid bills shoved into a drawer. Out of sight, yes, but not out of energetic influence. Every time I passed that drawer, I felt it, the quiet weight of avoidance, procrastination, fear. Those papers were tied to a story I had outgrown, the version of me who believed that money was a struggle, that abundance was for others. When I cleared that drawer, shredded what no longer served me, and created a system of order and flow, I didn't just tidy up, I told the universe I was ready to manage wealth, not fear it. And almost immediately, unexpected checks began to show up, and business opportunities started flowing. The third thing was even more personal. I moved an old gift from someone who had hurt me deeply. I had kept it out of obligation, but every time I saw it, it triggered pain. It was a quiet, constant reminder of betrayal and emotional residue. We think we are being strong by holding on, but true power lies in letting go. The moment I released it, I didn't just clear space, I cut the energetic cord that had been leaking my power. And in doing so, I created room for new, aligned relationships to enter. My phone started ringing with people who matched my vibration, clients who valued me, collaborators who saw my worth. The fourth item was a box of old journals hidden under my bed. These weren't records of vision and growth, they were filled with stories of lack, anger, fear, and survival. Written during my darkest moments, they carried a heavy emotional charge. I realized I had been literally sleeping above my old wounds, energetically weighed down by my own past every single night. I burned those pages. Not out of disrespect for my journey, but out of deep reverence for who I was becoming. And after that release, my dreams changed. I started waking up with clarity, with vision, with creative ideas that turned into real, tangible income. The fifth and final shift was symbolic, yet powerful. I removed the clock that used to hang in my office. It always ticked loudly, reminding me of time slipping away, pushing me into urgency and scarcity. I was constantly working from a place of not enough time. That ticking noise had become the soundtrack of my stress. Replacing it with a still piece of art changed the vibration of that room entirely. Suddenly, I wasn't racing against time, I was aligning with divine timing. That subtle shift allowed me to create from peace, and from peace came the most productive and profitable season of my life. Each of these 5 things had one thing in common: they were holding a frequency that no longer matched the version of me I was stepping into. You don't attract millions by forcing or hustling endlessly. You attract millions by becoming a match to wealth, clarity, alignment, peace, and expansion. The space we live in reflects our inner world. And when we shift our environment with intention, our reality responds. My home became a temple, not a storage unit of old emotions. And in that sacred space, miracles happened. It wasn't magic. It was alignment. And it started by simply removing what was out of tune with my becoming. The universe does not respond to what we say, it responds to who we are. So when you decide to declutter not just your space but your frequency, the abundance that flows is inevitable. Please subscribe, share, like and comments.